What are the biggest infrastructure challenges your customer are facing?
Oh, basically it's always the same. It's the first one is major speed versus reality, which means basically that in many cases the development cycle or deployment cycle for an AI cluster is way too long. And in many cases the opportunity to monitorize is actually gone before it's ready and deployed. That's probably one of the major problems that we see. The second one is the performance gap. The top AI providers reach a CPU utility from 70 to 80%, whereas a lot of smaller or startup companies only reach 15 to 30. So obviously there's a massive gap there on the financial side and the monetization of the token generation. That is major. And the third one is obviously the power constraints that are available, especially here in Europe. The AI deployments now at rack level can go up to 250 kilowatts per rack, and most traditional data centers cannot provide that kind of power.
Questions: computing power, energy, cooling, storage, reliability, and cost. Which of these challenges do you see most often among your customers?
Well, basically all of them. One of the major problems, like I said, is the deployment time frame. We have solutions, containerized solutions, where we can drastically reduce the time to online and deployment from 18 months to 2 years down between 4 and 6 months. This allows a much faster deployment, much faster time to online, a much faster time to real token generation. They can be monetized and turn it into a revenue stream. I mean, these investments are big. So obviously the customers need to have the possibility to turn that into revenue at the fastest possible space of time. Obviously an AI cluster needs to generate a business win situation at some point. These massive investments can be hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
They need to amortize themselves in a certain period of time. Otherwise, it's a no-brainer, right? So there has to be a justifiable business proposal behind the usage of this kind of a cluster.
How does KAYTUS help customers solve these challenges?
One of the things we have is a complete vertical integration, which means that we can deliver the solution modular, which means that parts of the data center are completely pre-assembled, pre-cabled, packed, shipped, and can be installed in a much shorter period of time. It reduces the possibility of fallouts or dead-on arrivals or any kind of problems during the installation of the cluster. Then we can also deliver completely installed and ready to run containerized solution. There are typical containers, freight containers anybody can imagine. This actually contains a data center. So we can completely build that. A lot of the parts that we have are prefabricated, which is a drastically much shorter lead time on the entire infrastructure, placed into the container, cable, tested, shipped, comes on, pack it, put it down, pull in the plug, it runs. And that drastically reduces the deployment time frame from, like I said, up to 2 years down to months.
Companies, research, institutions, and data center operators.
The main advantage that we bring with us are these vertical integration capabilities, the product design, the efficiency. We have cases where we have a certain installation like the University of Cologne, where we increase the performance factor 48 to the previous generation, and that using less power. So these are the kind of things that we can actually contribute to when a customer comes to us and says they want to deploy an AI solution or any other kind of high performance scenario. Then we can actually help them from the beginning to design the right solution for the right cause within the constraints that they have, be it power, be it space, budget. All these factors come together to maintain an optimal solution, and that can only be done with a manufacturer who can deliver a front-to-end complete solution, tailor-made to the customer's demands within the customer's time frame. And this is all about the efficiency of production, shipping, logistics, deployment, design. these are the major factors where we are well ahead of our competition on many of these things.
AI workloads.
Well, the benefits of the customers are like manifold. First of all, the faster we get a cluster of this kind delivered and online, the faster it generates tokens. We can configure and design this cluster to have a much higher efficiency on token output. And the tokens are what the company can finally monetize. I mean, the AI cluster itself doesn't generate revenue. The tokens that the cluster generates generate the revenue or the business usage. And that's something that we can, from the beginning through the design of the cluster, the integration of the software, the optimal tuning of the software, increase the output. And we can do that in a much faster time frame, shortening the investment bridge from investment until the monetization, and also reduce the power and the other expenses. All this has a very positive effect on the total cost of ownership, and that is at the end of the day what every CEO cares about. The biggest thing is in Germany, the really big clusters are not here yet. Yeah? They are coming.
Okay.
2027, the big deployments will start. So, regarding it's an open game. I mean, I've been in this business now for quite a while, so I know who the competitors are. I know where their strengths are, I know where their weaknesses are. I know where we as KAYTUS can really make up a lot of ground. Through our efficiency, through our general flexibility, which is second to none in the industry, based on my decades of experience. That's why I joined this company. I've not been here for long, but there's one of the reasons I joined this company is to make a difference and create this footprint to the benefit of the customers I know myself for many, many years.
KAYTUS' role in the AI infrastructure market in one sentence, what would it be?
I would say our goal is to become the most trusted and reliable AI provider in the industry. And we have the capabilities to do that.